I feel like other people have much longer tongues than me.
Hey, yo.
Yeah, I'm serious.
I've started the recording.
Oh, okay. All right.
You talking about some freaky shit?
Sorry. I was just talking about what I watch on the internet. But anyways, we'll get into the topic. Today we're going to be talking about
the watermelon.
Today we're going to be revisiting Andrew Tate again and talking about what it turns out his ultimate goal is. All right.
Would have a career forever. But such are the tides of fame, I suppose. And I guess the real question is, how did this happen and why? Well, Andrew attributes his meteoric success to a change in business strategy.
I put together a particular strategy about 6 months ago because I decided to step up my overall exposure because of a new product I launched. I run an online school that teaches people how to make money online. I changed my approach towards social media, and I ended up absolutely everywhere.
Now, if you're wondering what business strategy that is, or even what business this guy's in, turns out he's one of these male success gurus who will be your surrogate father essentially for a fee. And the program he runs is called Hustleversity, where he teaches you how to make fast money if you'll only pay $50 a month. And one of these fast money methods turns out to be selling Hustleversity to new people by posting clips of him, Andrew Tate. And because of this, it kind of created this pyramid scheme where there was a flood of TikTok videos and biased reviews saying that Andrew Tate is the one true savior that will save you from poverty. He's basically Morpheus from the Matrix, and that's not even me calling him that. He calls himself that.
I get called Morpheus a lot. We are living inside of the Matrix, and I am Morpheus.
He says he wants to wake you from your mental prisons, all by selling you a program that sounds like what high school dropouts used to put as their education status on Facebook. Attended the School of Hard Knocks and graduated Hustleversity with a PhD. Wait, you're a doctor? No, that's the pimping hose degree, which is something, by the way.
All right. So,
all right. Put us back to normal now.
Andrew Tate sells a course.
Yeah. Well,
who's surprised? Who's surprised? I'm not surprised.
Close the video so we can appear on the screen.
You are on the screen.
We are?
Yes.
Yeah, but he I get what he's talking about, like they enlarge it. We're kind of
that's what I'm saying.
Enlarge it.
There you go.
There we go. Anyways,
that's all on your end, bro. You could have done that yourself.
I could have.
Boomer ass motherfucker.
Yeah, I am an old man. You know, it's not even just you. Many people say that I have old man qualities. Anyways, yeah, I wasn't that surprised about him having a course, but the type of course kind of interested me.
What type of course? He sells exactly what he is.
No. He sells a financial course. It teaches you how to make money. He claims he can help you make money. But see what he's teaching you though, and later in the video the guy talks about it. It's like you don't even make that much. Like it's like he's like some people were making like $400 a month or something. Like he was like for a guy who claims he can make you a millionaire, you're kind of just making either normal wages or not making very much at all. Yeah, so
I don't know. 400 is a lot to some people.
400 a month?
Bro, you want to talk about what they do in other countries? Bro, I remember, I think it was Venezuela. Like, the power went out in the country of Venezuela. Well, maybe not Venezuela. It was one of the, it's going to sound weird, one of the smaller countries. But RuneScape servers couldn't be accessed, and they make a lot of money by selling gold.
Should I stick my collar up?
So you're just going to cut me off like that? In the middle of my segment? In the middle of my anecdote?
Yeah, go ahead.
Nah, it's too late. Anyway, back to this Andrew Tate. No, seriously, like other countries, they the things that we wouldn't do because it would give us pennies, that's full-time jobs over there.
Yeah, well, see, that's good for them. Well, you see, I'm an American, okay? So, it's like
just move to Venezuela.
I ain't about to work for no pennies,
bro. Just move to Venezuela, bro. Easy. You could probably take the money in your bank account right now and you'd be good.
And be a millionaire.
Venezuela.
No, but weren't they like, out of bread and shit over there or something?
Bro, just make more bread. Come on, grow the flour. Grow the flour.
They
grow the wheat.
They were robbing the grocery stores.
Man, they do that. They do that in America. Wait, no. We're getting too distracted. More about this Andrew Tate, guy.
Tate?
Tate. No, but the thing is, his course, it teaches you very basic information that you can learn anywhere. Is the kind of the point later in that video.
You should take it, bro.
Huh?
You should take the course, bro. As a trial run.
I thought about it just to see what it's really like.
Yeah, document your experience. Document it.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe I'll do it.
You make $400 a month.
Yo, it'll be hilarious.
You could afford to get a better hairline.
Oh my god.
You gonna keep doing it?
Alright, I'm gonna head out. Yeah.
I got you like 3 times today.
Oh my god. It's how the mighty have fallen. The shoe is on the other foot.
Anyway, like I said, I'm not surprised he has a course. Financial man here. It doesn't matter. Like these guys are always selling courses.
See, but that's funny because now you know why he talks so much about how you have to have money and you have to take care of your woman. It's to prey on those insecurities that men have so they can go enroll in his fucking course. They go look him up, try to find out more about him. They're like, oh, he sells a course. He can make me a millionaire. And then if I become a millionaire, I can have ladies around me.
He knows there's a market in that. He knows. He knows.
Yeah, there definitely is a limit on the amount of money that can be made through these means.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, you're not going to make much. You don't become a millionaire overnight. He's like, that never happens. Almost never happens. I'm not going to say it never happens. But like the chance of becoming a millionaire overnight is probably less than 1%. Like it just doesn't happen that often. You know? Like you have like even YouTubers, right? People will be like, oh, but YouTubers make a lot of money and they don't do that much work. Well, prior to that, they were doing a lot of work. Yeah, and then they got lucky. Literally, it'll be like they were working in obscurity for years. Then something blows, boom, they're big time. And even then, they're not big time at first. So they're big time, then they get bigger, then they get bigger, then they get bigger, then they're really big time.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
I keep telling people about the story of Long Beach Griffey, where he was like, one day, I think it was Chris Brown or 50 Cent, just shared one of his videos on Facebook, and that's how he thinks he really, really blew up. Because he was like, yeah, I'm getting a few views here and there. Then a famous person shared his video, it was clipped. He became Long Beach Griffey.
Isn't that what happened with Abbott and Preach?
That's what happens with everyone. Yeah. It's like you gotta, you're in the trenches for a bit.
Yeah, because Abbott was saying, and I forgot what video, he was like, I was only making like 30 to 40K a year.
Yeah, he was talking about that
2 years ago.
Oh, that's what he was talking about with the
last this video.
He was talking with the other guy, right? With that guy.
Yeah, Sneeko?
Yeah, see, that's the funny thing. So guys like Sneeko, they really buy into this whole philosophy. And it's the funny thing is because the guy mentions this in the video as well. Some of the things Andrew Tate says are true, right? They're objectively true. They're obviously true. And that's the whole thing with the red pill is that there are many aspects of it where it's definitely showing you the truth. But then at the same time, I was thinking about this last night, so it's funny I finally get the chance to talk about it. It's like the red pill aims to free you from the simulation, right? The idea that our society is kind of like a false representation of what really matters in the world at large, which is very obvious, right? Like that we can accept as a prerequisite. Our world is a false representation of the world around us. Like we live in a very controlled and simulated environment. But the red pill in itself, in that aspect, does the same thing because it takes an issue, condenses it down and goes, this is what it is. This is the only way to get out of it, blah, blah, blah. It's like women only like you. Remember I was just talking to you about this, Ray. Women only like you if you're masculine or if you're rich or what's the other one they said? Or if you got muscles or some shit, right? And I remember thinking to myself, each one of those things were not necessarily true. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah. But that's just like honestly, the red pill thing is always kind of weird to me because like they like paralleling themselves to the Matrix a lot, but you can't escape the Matrix. Like you can't just get out of it, you know?
Yeah.
Like you can't escape the simulation while you're in the simulation.
You know, it's hilarious you mention that because the big theme of the Matrix later is, did you really escape the simulation at all? Because remember the later movies, the guy's like, we escaped the machines, but now all we do is rely on machines to our survival. he was likening their situation to exactly the same as the previous situation. Then there's a fan theory that no one escaped the Matrix, that there's just a second layer of the Matrix that everyone goes into. So, holy shit.
Let's not talk about the Matrix, because
you can talk about the Matrix for 2 hours.
I'll start shit.
That last
people's
movie
favorite movie, bro.
But yeah, man, it's like, because when you think about in terms of women, right? It's like, I remember talking this about Ray. I was like, women obviously don't only like masculine men. I mean, all you have to do is look at K-pop to see that's not true.
Oh,
right?
Well, it's different in Korea. Like, that is what is seen as masculine.
But our American women also love.
It's a cultural thing. It's a cultural thing.
No, but our American women also love those niggas.
Indeed.
I knew the
culture here is not that is masculine. So, yes, your point still stands.
That's what I'm saying, yeah. They love that shit. And then I was like, okay, so you don't have to be masculine. Okay, you need a lot of money. But then it's like, we both grew up in the Bronx. I'm sure EJ has seen this.
I saw this the other day. I was like literally just walking by a corner store, and there was like this guy who was trying to probably sell you some drugs. And this girl was just sitting there, and I was like, y'all really gonna sit here all day not doing nothing? Hoping to sell some drugs to somebody? Like, that's really it? That's what you do all day?
I remember my mom, she was a hairdresser, so she would always have stories about this. Remember, she'd always tell me these stories because she saw it more than once. She saw it enough times that she just had to comment on it to me, and I'm a kid, and she's telling me about this because it
was weighing on her mind. She had to let it off her chest.
She would tell me all the time, and also because she thought I was a very smart kid. So like, she would talk to me about things she shouldn't be talking to me about. But anyways, I remember she was telling me about how she would go to these women's houses to do their hair, and they'd always have some bum sitting on the couch. That's what she said. And the way she said with the accent, they always have some bum sitting on the couch. Yeah. So, and the guy doesn't have any job. He doesn't pay for anything. And the woman would have a great job, but she's dating some bum. So I'm like, okay, And, at first I was like, okay, maybe it's because the bums are masculine. But no, because I've seen what some of these pookies, as they call them, on the street are. They're not very masculine. They'll be skinny as fuck. They'll be very jokey and childlike. I was like, okay, so what is it, right? And the final thing would
love.
Go ahead.
Love.
It's love, bro.
You don't know about love, that. Bro. That true love.
Nah, I don't know if it's love, Chief.
Yeah, see, you don't know. You don't believe. You don't believe in the high power.
No, oh my God.
Love trumps everything, right?
Love trumps everything. See, but do they really love those guys? Do they really love them?
Yes.
They feel something. They feel something.
They feel something. What is that love?
I don't know, but they feel something.
Because as soon as they get tired of those motherfuckers, you know what they do? Throw their ass on the street.
So, back to... Well,
yeah.
Bro, this guy is so boring
yawning,
bro. Like,
what was your overall point, though? Like, what was your overall point? You was going to it, right? Point,
well, in relation to the Andrew Tate thing, it's just that the red pill in itself is the same as the it's like you're escaping from one simulation. The red pill can be very freeing, right? But the thing is, you're supposed to, if you consume the red pill, you're not supposed to stay red pilled. You know what I'm saying? You're supposed to go, okay, this is how the world works. Now, this is how I'm going to move on beyond this, right? But some niggas, they'll sit there watching red pill content for the rest of their life. They'll be 40 years old, walking around talking about these hoes and these hoes, bro. And like, this is all they care about. And
yeah, that's what that Sneeko guy seemed like he was about to do.
Yeah.
When he was talking to Abba.
He's only 23, so he
but when Abba was like, yo, bro, it's going to get old, he was like, no, it's not. No, it's not. No, it's not. Yeah, this is what I want. That's what I want, bro. That's what I want. I want to be that old with these 10 bitches in my bed, waking up. And I was like, this nigga needs, this man needs to take
I couldn't sit through this man commentary, man. He's just yelling the whole time.
Yeah, bro, it was a hard video to watch.
Like I said, the first time when he was saying, right, even though he was screaming like a weirdo, I was like, okay. It's like him and Abba were both saying things that were true. When I was watching,
they were saying the same thing.
Yeah,
it's just it's a different method on how to deal with
that little struggle between them is representative of a representation of a ages-long struggle where the current generation is always saying that we need radical change, and then the older generation is like, no, we don't. We just need to do these accepted things. It's been going on for millennia. This has always been the case. Like, especially if you look at the 1960s, right? The current generation would like, oh, we need to go to communism, we need to do all this, and the older generation is like, no, that's fucking dumb. We need to just do these things and accept the way things are. So it's like,
Apple wasn't even talking about accepting things are. He was just like, you gotta do what you can do.
You know what that.
The many activists argue against Abba's approach by saying it doesn't achieve anything in the long run. All you do, it's like you're running in place. That's what they say.
I feel like the real issue is that it's like he like say he is doing all he can do, right? Abba's doing all he can do. He can only get, but say 5 people in his whole life, right?
Yeah.
And because everyone else is saying his methods don't work so much, it's stopping other people who would have gotten another 5 people, you know?
Yeah.
And then say Abba's like his life's done, he gets those 5 people, and those 5 people, they're passing it on. They get 5 people each. It's going to take a real long time, right?
Yeah, but see,
so you want to see the long run. Hell, some of those people might even fall off. So it's not even really 5 people you got. You probably got 3 people.
Well, let's say you have a bunch of people like Abba also doing, because it's not only Abba. There are
but I was just trying to
hundreds
simplify
of
the
people
thing.
who do what he does. Like, if you get more people doing it, you're still fighting against the massive power and corruption of the system. And in a way, Sneeko is correct in that you can give soup or things like that to as many people as you want. It won't change the framework we live in.
About the soup.
I get it, but it's like he's right in that you can do as many community service things as you want, but if you're not actually affecting, no, not the soup. Saying if you're not affecting the framework, it's like you can make people feel nice, you can make yourself feel nice, you can do that, but if you're not affecting the framework you live in, ultimately it might be for nothing.
See, but that is what the point was. It's not about, oh, I'm doing this to like make them feel good. It's like I want them to get to the level where they are like also understanding like, I can't just like sit here wait for government. I can't sit here wait for handouts. I can go do for myself. I can do these things. You gotta make sure that they are good.
It's not about the handout thing. It's about the way our
government
operates.
Like the Abba's approach was making sure that person
is
good.
I don't have anything against Abba's approach. I understand.
I'm not saying you do. I'm just saying it was more about like.
I was gonna say the thing about Sneeko, like, and you made up a good point talking about how this was like a forever long debate between young generation and old generation, because it reminds me of like a little kid or somebody that just gets familiar with the issues of society, like around the adolescent period, and they find out more about the darker side of the world and the system, the what's the term I'm looking for, systemic oppression, whatever you want to call it. And it's like, since they get that information, for the first time, they're like, wow, like this is really a big issue in our society, and they want to just take this major step, instead of like thinking about it in the smaller ways you can help. Not saying that you only go about it in the smaller ways, but you take that first step. You don't just go about like, damn, we got to alert the masses. We got to tell everybody about this. Like, it's like they become so passionate.
Yeah,
and they don't know what to actually do. They just want to tell everybody. They hope that it inspires some change, where everybody gets together and sees the seriousness of the issue, instead of realizing a thought out plan as to how to tackle it.
Yeah, it's funny because it's like I was telling you guys, like I could relate a lot to what Sneeko was going through, because when I first discovered these things, when I was like, I discovered these things a long time ago. It's funny because the first time I ever encountered things about the red pill, I was actually I was a teenager. So I found out about this stuff way before. I would read a lot about the government and weird things they did, and that's how I discovered the red pill. I didn't even know the red pill had anything to do with relationships till way later. For me, it was the idea of realizing that your world is not as secure and put together as you think, and seeing that the government does a lot of crazy shit that you just don't know about, like bombing their own civilians. That really happened. Look it up. But then I discovered later that like relationships somehow became the center of the red pill, and I was like, okay, whatever. But yeah, the thing with Sneeko is that it's like that young passion. It's like you just want to tell people in a way, just to let them know that you know. Because I was thinking about his approach too. He's like, I'm gonna wake people up. It's like, no, you're not. It's like he's like, you're not gonna wake nobody up. You could go and tell as many people as you want about this. They're gonna watch it for the entertainment value. Have you any of you guys ever seen a movie called The Truman Show?
No, I haven't.
Heard of it.
Man. Well, okay. At the end,
go ahead.
Basically, in The Truman Show, everyone's watching this guy try to escape his simulated life, his simulated reality. They're watching all crazy, and they're like, wow, like it's a life-changing thing. Then when he finally escapes, he goes, like the guy tries to convince him to go back in, he goes, have a good morning. No, he's like, have a good afternoon, good evening, and good night. And then he walks through the door. That's how the movie ends. Beautiful shit. But then, you know what everyone does as soon as he leaves? They turn off the TV and go back to their normal lives like nothing happened. That's exactly what people are going to do after watching a Sneeko video. They're not going to sit there and watch this video and go, wow, he's right. We got to rebel against the system. We got to fix things. No, they're going to go, oh, wow, that was kind of cool. Let me scroll through TikTok. Yeah. So his approach isn't going to do it. If he thinks, ironically, Abba's approach probably would have more impact than his approach, to be honest.
You want to know what was really interesting about what that guy was saying, though? Because it was kind of dumb. He was really angry and yelling about TikTok specifically. He was like, TikTok has the Chinese, like they're like making us watch what they want us to watch, right? Like he's like they're in control of what's popular. And I was like, then he was like, I have 1 billion views. I have the power. And it's like, if the Chinese really do have control over what people see and they're allowing you to be seen, that means you ain't shit.
And maybe you're part of the problem.
That means you ain't shit.
Maybe you're part of the problem.
He's like, what? You thought you just got through the algorithm?
You know, I think about that shit all the time. I'll be sitting there watching something. The person's talking about the system shit. And then I just sit there and wonder, I'm like, how do I know? I remember I did this little thought experiment. And I was like, how could I possibly know if this isn't being fed to me for a reason? I was like, it could be. It's like they could be trying to manipulate me using this content. I was like, I'd have no idea. There'd be no way for me to know.
Yeah.
I couldn't backtrace it and find out. I wouldn't know.
It's like a little kid finding out what global warming is for the first time. Wow, the Earth is getting hotter. We gotta do something about this. It's the end of the world. They start losing their mind. They start getting paranoid. They don't know who to speak to. They haven't really done enough research. This is the first time they're hearing about it. Yeah. It's like, damn, we gotta tell everybody. Like that's their gut reaction. It's to just alert the masses. Everybody needs to wake the fuck up. You're out of your mind. You're sleeping. And that's how he sounded. It was like, bro, like you don't think anybody else knows, but we're just not. It's not a simple fix. You know what I'm saying? No. I think on some level people are aware. Like, obviously, he's right to an extent. Like there are people walking around blind, but he's naive. I mean, anyone's naive to an extent to think that they could just instantly change the world by just telling a couple people. Like you have to have the motivation to be on board with the cause to begin with.
You gotta be down to get them.
And internally, like not even saying you have to be political, but you have to. There has to be something about you that just like you're willing to do what it takes. You're willing to put that energy forth. And people like they might have these values or they might be politically drawn to one side, but in terms of actually going about it, like holding picket signs and whatever it is, putting in that work to actually, to defend that movement, people are not going to do that. Like people,
none of that picket,
are just not.
None of that picket sign shit works anyway.
But anyway,
that was just an example, but
it
could be anything.
We can take this back to Andrew Tate. This is what Andrew Tate does. He sees the problem. He takes advantage. He sees that, there are a lot of men who are frustrated with this thing. They want to be able to get women, blah, blah, blah. Because, this is what young men think about. This is what, and it's a biological thing. Many people try to make young men feel ashamed for the fact that this is what they think about. It's like, no, why wouldn't they think about this? So then Andrew Tate comes in. He takes advantage of that. He goes, hey, the reason you're not getting bitches is because you're poor. And then he funnels them over to his little thing, and then you're sitting there paying $50 a month to learn how to set up an Amazon store or some shit. It's like something you could have done on your own
which honestly won't make you that much money anyway.
It won't make you that much money. Which ironically, is kind of interesting because maybe even that in itself is good. Maybe these men having a reason to finally do something, might get them to do something. I don't know.
But like I said, I'm not surprised Mans is selling a course. I don't find any of his content particularly entertaining.
Yeah, I've never watched anything from him.
It's just, it's true. He figured it out. He beat the system. Like he's popping up everywhere. Everyone and their mom is talking about this guy, and it feels like he didn't exist 2 months ago. And now
I feel like
I can't go
like
2 feet without.
Well, he
about Tate, bro.
He existed. He existed to people who watched other things. Like I knew who he was. Oh, well, only because when the Fresh and Fit shit was happening, he appeared on their show before. I used to watch Fresh and Fit because I thought they were goofy and I'd laugh at them. And I remember explaining this to my friend that Fresh and Fit.
He took that shit real serious.
No, I did not. Because remember,
bro.
Remember I told you when I used to work.
He's buying their course.
Oh, do they have a course? I think they might have a course.
They probably have a fucking course, bro. Probably how to get bitches 101.
How to get bitches 101. I remember I told you the guy worked in security. He would take their shit very seriously, and we'd get in arguments because I was trying to explain to him how what they were saying.
Yeah, man, don't talk to me about no guys working security. They work in security, and I can say that because I work security, so no one say shit to me.
Yeah, he was
overnight though. That shit don't count. Overnight,
I worked day shift. I did. I went through the trenches, bro. I graduated.
Yeah, we didn't protect shit, Ray. We just sat there empty lots and stuff, not doing anything.
Now I was protecting the New York Public Library, bro, from old people and the homeless. Ghosts? No, just the old people and the homeless. That's it.
Didn't you say someone took a piss or something at the door?
So during the COVID times, we like no one was allowed in the building if they were not doing very specific things, right? You either dropped off a book or you picked up a book. That was it. And this person who was like a homeless person, she asked if she could use the bathroom, and I had to deny her. I was like, no, you can't use the bathroom, like, because even if I let her in, like we roped off the pathway, like you had to stay on the path. There was no use in the bathroom, and it was locked. And no one was giving you the key. So I was like, yeah, you're not, like, we're not allowing people to use the bathroom. No one. So she just, like, accepted it and sat down on a bench and just went to the bathroom. And she looked like she's done this before because she was just like...
It
really got to me because I had to watch her do this, bro. She just did this in front of my post. Like, I wasn't allowed to move. So she just sat at the bench in front of the library and just went to the bathroom. And then, like, she just, like, went and got another pair of pants from her bag. She was just, like, preparing to go change somewhere because what else was she supposed to do?
Yeah.
And on that happy and enlightening note, we'll let you guys go.
I'll catch y'all guys later.